Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Summit 6 qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at game number 2 between Newbee and LGD Gaming. I'm Lyrical. Game number 1, we saw what was a pretty close one. It felt like it was coming down to the wire. Really good performance. Pretty sure that Newbee is so mad he could probably just smash a monitor right now, but we'll see how they end up doing. Game number 2, you had the sheep stick that came out first from Newbee. They fought around the Roche pit. It was looking like LGD were going to be able to take it. They controlled U9 on his life stealer, and then were able to find the kill. Afterwards, they tried to mount a siege upon the tier 3 tower on the top lane. The wraparound came in from KP with the life stealer, and SC was there as well on his invoker again, and they just were able to find a nice little pick off. Back and forth we went. It felt like a chess match at moments, but nonetheless, it was great. I had a ton of fun doing it. So it's going to be a very interesting one. I am curious to see where we go from here. I don't think either team really wants to ban out an invoker or a tinker. Like, I get this feeling that if you ban out one of them, then the other team is just going to take the other one. So it's a little bit of an awkward moment. So we'll see how it goes. Again, just for anybody that happened to join us, I think this is going to be a pretty intense rivalry. You've got LGD, who have proven to be really good across most of the matches that we've seen from them. They have a record so far of 11-3. After this game, it goes to 11-4. Meanwhile, Newbee ended up going for 18-4 over the past month. And one of the few teams that they've lost to was actually LGD as well. So there's that whole dynamic that goes on behind the scenes where you sort of build up a bit of rivalry. Newbee's team actually took off. The only other big event that was going on was the Shanghai Dota 2 Open. So that's another thing that's interesting. LGD are going to end up going back for the Jug now after the Bounty Hunter with the Slardar and Oracle picked up. So I'm tentatively saying that this right here might be one of the biggest rivalries that they have in China, just because of the way in which, like, those I just tweeted about it, but SC and Newbee to me feel like two of the best mids in China. On wings, you know, you've got really good players, but it feels to me always that it's a showing of those guys grouping together. They come up with an interesting draft and then they win as a team. This game, it was all about the two mids. That's what it came down to at the end of the day. It was like it came down to, you know, you had a heck of a lot of Lotus Orbs picked up. You had a lot of Force Staffs that were picked up. It was all about positioning. We saw multiple Omni Slashes that were turned against each other just by virtue of that Lotus Orb, which was also really good. So I don't know. I'm curious to see where we go from here. Sorry, just trying to make sure that the stream is looking good. I want to make sure we get the highest quality viewer experience for all you fine folks out there. And yeah, that's to me what it comes down to. Those two players, who's able to outposition each other, how is their team able to enable them to do good stuff, and we'll see where it goes from here. Huskar is going to be banned out now, as well as the Life Stealer. Life Stealer U9 did do a ton of work for Newbee in the last game. One of the previous series that Newbee and LGD played against each other with, LGD ran a Huskar draft that did kind of cause some issues. It's interesting that you do see the Oracle, the side with the Oracle, still banning out the Huskar, showing exactly how detrimental that hero can be. LGD are also going to opt to ban out the Kunkka, not wanting to deal with him. That was a first phase ban. We saw Kaka do a lot with that hero. In the early stage, it wasn't as much. The Sand King Kunkka lane to me felt somewhat strong, but also like they weren't able to find kills, and that was the big issue. That was the big problem that I saw in that lane, was that they weren't able to find enough kills that it justified losing out on the early stages. But I guess if they win at the end, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't mind seeing Newbee go back for a Shadow Demon again. I don't think that they're going to do it, though. To me, it feels like both teams are kind of wanting to switch up their draft entirely. And this is sometimes what you see. Like, you have one of those big, epic games where it's SC versus Newbee, One of them ends up coming out on top, and it really, like I was saying in the game also, was on a razor's edge as to who was going to take it. Those types of games, I think, can wear you down a little bit. And having to play the exact same type of game again might be a little bit too much to ask for, but they might go for it as well. Tinker was banned out now. If they want to, I find it hard not to think about at least taking the Invoker now. It's a hero that both of these mids play exceptionally well. Maybe has proven it time and again. We just saw SC take it. They're going to go for the IO instead.
LGD's turn to pick.
And for a long time, this was a Kaka specialty, and I think it is still, with the exception of maybe his Earth Spirit, the best hero for him. He plays an exceptional IO. But this kind of changes the dynamic of the draft a little bit. You now have to think about the relocate ganks. You start thinking about where the vision's going to be. The problem that I do see already with this is that Newbee now, they're playing an IO into a Bounty Hunter. So Bounty Hunter might be able to shut down vision. Like when Newbee are trying to go in for warding missions, they have to move as a team to ward so that way they don't either A, get spotted out by the Bounty Hunter or like any of that other stuff. Like the Bounty Hunter just gives you that advantage innately.
10 seconds remaining.
Sven is also going to be the answer now for LGD.
5 seconds remaining.
Contesting stacks, not very effective with an Oracle IO support combo.
Reserve time.
So Newbee now need to think about, how do we deal with this? It's going to be hard for us to roam in and block out the stacks consistently because Bounty Hunter is going to be moving around the area as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Newbee go for like a smoke gank, in towards mid, TP in, block the Ancients in a spot that normally you don't see that often, and then get the hell out of there. They're running down low on their time, though. I need to figure out, do we want to take the U9 or the SC hero now? And this is an interesting one.
LGD's turn to pick.
Wow, all right. And the answer with the Nyx.
Newbee's turn to ban.
Oh, that hurts. That also hurts. All right, if you're not going to take the Invoker now, I think they need to ban Invoker, honestly. I don't think you can play Invoker or Medusa against Invoker with this type of a draft. They're going to ban out the Ancient Apparition.
LGD's turn to ban.
They're thinking it's going to be... I was expecting a Nyx Assassin support. I still think it's really good against Medusa. They're thinking that it's going to be a Nyx core.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe is very well known for playing a Juggernaut and playing it very
5
well.
seconds remaining.
Meanwhile, they ban out the Axe.
Turn to pick.
What am I missing here? Well, nonetheless, we'll see what they end up going back for now. So a lot of different things at play here.
10 seconds remaining.
Medusa, more often than not, nowadays, we see her played in the mid-roll, but often it's with a Drow Ranger. They go back for the last pick, Lina. This was a support combo that we saw for a long time, and it was a Sven-Lina combination. You get the Stormhammer, 2 seconds of disable, followed up by a Light Strike Array, 1.6 seconds. So a total of 3.6 seconds of disable. You pair together that with a Bounty Hunter, and your offlane's going to have a really bad time.
Remaining.
I'm still a little surprised at the Axe ban. U9, I don't believe he plays Slardar that often.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and they're going back for the Ursa. I don't really understand the Axe ban. I guess that they think that Axe can just deal really well with the Nyx Assassin. A very interesting draft. I don't know how that's going to play. Well, nonetheless, we do see a very different style of game so far. As we get ready to hop into game number 2. Are Newbee going to be able to get a clean sweep of LGD, dropping them to the lower bracket? Or are we going to see a comeback and a push towards a game 3? Again, just a quick little look for all you fine folks out there. The schedule that we had today. LGD, the previous set was LGD Forever Young, who were able to 2-0 IG Vitality. We had Vici Gaming get brought down by Invictus Gaming, who have been looking very strong. eHome 2-0'd CDEC Gaming, and Newbee, of course, have won the last game. So, potentially, By the end of all of this, we might have 3 or 4 total 2-0s.
For battle.
Early movement now. Lina going to be placing one of these wards. Gets a little bit of extra vision for her team. And that's going to be a Nyx Assassin off lane. Very interesting. KP and Kaka. I talked about it before. The 2 remaining members of that old Newbee draft that won 26 games in a row leading up to the Manila Major and then did not quite perform to the capabilities that I'm sure they wanted to leading in up and through TI. We're getting a little bit of loss here. I might try and go for a quick reconnect just to see if there's no issues. So I'm going to do that real quickly before anything pops up because I don't want to have any problems with the stream going forward. So we're going to reconnect real quickly. And hopefully we don't miss any action in the meantime. Let's get ready to head into here. It's a hero we haven't seen in a little while, Mr. OD, Outworld Devourer. In the 2 previous series against Newbee, LGD didn't ban out the OD and they got 2 O's, so that was rough. All right, we're back into it. LGD, they trade off the runes. Actually able to get both of them. Bounty Hunter snapping one away. Nicely played there. In the meantime, the Nyx Assassin is going to come and try and steal the creep wave here, which he should be able to. They throw out the Fortune's End. Oh, man, it might be one of those games. All right, let's try one more time. Let's see if we can fix this. I really don't want there to be this kind of lag, but unfortunately, when this stuff does come up occasionally, it's just a problem. Come on now. Let's do it, buddies. Everybody out there and wherever you are in the world, send good thoughts to the China servers. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Pray to whatever deity you hold dear. That we'll be able to watch Unhampered Dota 2. Oh God, don't do it to me. Please, no. Oh God. Come on now. This game is not going to lag. God damn it. All right. Getting ready to hop in. Okay. This game is not loading. And I've been dropped from the server. Okay, fine. We take a breath. We get ready to get going. Hop back into the game. I'm hearing drums. Here we go. We're back in. And no lag. Oh my God, we did it, guys. We have beaten China. We did it. We made it work. Oh, this is some good stuff. We did miss First Blood, sadly. Who ended up drawing that? It was a First Blood Nyx Assassin going down. Probably just a bit of harassment. And potentially, if he's not careful, might end up seeing it again. He was able to get level 2 and now picking up level 3 off the back of it. Meanwhile, the wraparound XC trying to see if he can get that courier snipe, but not going to be the case. Let me just let you guys know since it's a 2-minute delay. All right, wonderful. Meanwhile, bottom lane, KP, he's still stuck at level 2 as well. As far as how this is setting up to look, we are having Maybe, who is going against the Medusa. 15-3 versus the 11-1. KP-IO with Kaka there. KP and IO, I should say. Is Ursa able to dive and take on a Nyx Assassin? Pretty nice little pickup there for him, able to find that kill. Now, again, the Lina's going to try to disrupt this pull. Not able to complete that one for KP. These lanes always just feel like sort of technical masterpieces as far as the two sides just trying to battle it out with whatever farm they can. And we've talked about the potential to find a kill here. If Sven is able to throw out one of those storm hammers and you do find a decent chunk of damage afterwards with the light strike array, they're going to be able to do a ton of damage. Regen rune picked up. Kaka denies it. All right. Cheeky little play there. Well played by Kaka. Always good to see that from an IO. But a good start so far for LGD. It's very even, all of the lanes. SC gonna be able to trade hits with the XC Bounty Hunter as well, forcing him out. I'm pretty impressed with what he's been able to get so far out of this lane against Maybe, but getting that extra bonus damage is pretty good as well. Taking some damage now. Needs to be careful. Purifying Flames dropped low but not dead. That's actually going to heal him back up afterwards. Nyx Assassin looking for the counterplay. Does have Impale as well as Mana Void. Does he find the kill? Looking for the dodge. Faith, can he do it? In the meantime, we're going to be missing a kill on the Medusa. Juggernaut finds him. They do get the Impale, and that's going to be dead free. Nicely done there. Maybe went for the Omni Slash, found the kill on the Medusa. Kaka not able to be there in time. So 2 quick kills in succession by Newbee. In the meantime, Kaka is going to be able to pick up a couple more of these wards. Interestingly enough, does not have a bottle with him. So that's been a bit of a tough start for Kaka so far. He needs to be able to finish that off quickly. I really like the IO in this context. Normally one of the big problems that you get with Medusa late game is that you don't run into a position where you're able to like move around. You're a very immobile hero. And having that IO there for the relocate in the later stages allows Medusa to actually cause problems for the opposing team. They do spot out that XC is here. IO in the meantime goes for the long-range tether onto KP. Bounty Hunter in the area. They might try and mess with U9 a little bit there. Turns. Throws a couple shots their way. But just messing around a little bit. And once Maybe gets his Omni Slash back off of cooldown, this lane is again a kill lane. Medusa might end up going down if she's not careful. But the XC Bounty Hunter, he's got himself level 3. And I think that still just very even so far. No great big advantage. And this is what you would expect to see, I think, in this matchup. Both teams are close enough that we haven't really seen outdrafts. We haven't seen a ton of outplays. Both are just comfortable going into the mid game and trying to take the team fights at that point. Building whatever advantage they can right now, obviously, but there's no pressure on either squad to get stuff done or to make a ton of moves around the map this early. They get a D ward there, but KP gonna move in and try and soak up whatever experience he can. Throws a Kush on the Ame, getting a few CS while he's at it. Kaka, in the meantime, is going to take a hit from the Bounty Hunter. Mid lane, there's a little bit of a battle of Bruin as well. SC not going to drop down. And if Faith is able to get into range, could have gone for a Purifying Flames kill, but does not find it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So the rotation in from Faith helps to keep that Medusa alive, to use the Fate's Edict on her as well, so she wasn't taking the Blade Fury damage. And then they back out. XZ in the meantime will pick up another bounty rune. He's gotten a lot out of this early game for a bounty. Enough that he's going to be able to get into that level 6 without too much harm. But this is the Newbee play. You move in with your main carry, and you try and make stuff happen. They're going to be able to find KP here. Maybe moves in as well with the Omni Slash available. Runs into a big bad bear, though, and all of a sudden, U9 trying to chase him down. If they can find this maybe kill, losing the Slardar, well worth it. Oh, good, though, with the Light Strike Array, but it doesn't matter. The ball's from Kaka, a little bit too strong. U9 still chasing, looking for the catch onto this Luna, and doesn't quite hit the Earthshock. So they're forced to back out. But they trade, ostensibly, the Juggernaut for the Slardar, and I think that's well worth it. Maybe overstepping his bounds. And KP is able to pick up some free experience here while they go and try and secure Roshan. Ursa's been an incredibly strong hero for a while now. But more importantly, he fits within the ethos of how Newbee play the game. They move in and try and make plays. Ame's coming into this with no mana. What is he hoping to accomplish here? They don't have a stun. They're going to try and contest this for the moment, and Nyx Assassin has picked off the IO. I don't know if it's going to be enough. If they can actually take down Roach, though, this would be huge. Pops the Mango. He does have God's Strength available. The Ursa picks up the Aegis, though, and now he's going to man up. Ame doesn't have anywhere to go. They also throw out the Stone Gaze. That's a dead Sven. Oh, LGD felt like they had to get something done, but now XZ also, well, they don't want to chase. They're going to be content with what they got. Newbee showing a good amount of, I guess what would be the right word for it? Discipline there is the best word for it. And that's a really great fight for them. Big swing in terms of experience. The problem is going to be how do they contest these stacks that are coming out from the Sven? And he's going to go take them right now. Ame realizing that that early Roche contest was not going to be there. He's going to move in and try and take these out. His farm rate is going to become hard to deal with. And also on the other side, Newbee have been stacking up their Ancients as well. Ursa does not take them nearly as quickly. But it's something to keep their eyes on. This ward giving them pretty good vision. U9 is still in the area. And they do have another tether available. Do they go for the Vendetta strike? I think this would be a mistake. I think that this Vendetta, they just need to cut their losses. Yeah, they've found him now. Nyx Assassin in trouble. He's going down. They pop the dust, looking for the catch, and gonna be able to find it probably. Yeah, IO balls go through. Spike Carapace not going to be enough. They do find the Impale turnaround, but they kill off the Nyx before he can find the finish onto Kaka. Oracle gets that kill. Nice Purifying Flames. Newbee are looking really good. They brushed that game off previously, and they are just, they're on a roll. They have the Bounty Hunter track, which is going to be another way in which LGD can get back into this. Not to mention the Sven farm rate, which we've already talked about, is going to be quite significant. Already level 9, but looking for the wraparound now. But SC spots out the Bounty Hunter. Kaka, they're both tracked. They go for the catch and have been able to find him. Bounty within range of the sentry. He is going to drop. Oracle gets the kill. Calm, cool, and collected. Newbee making the plays.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
KP almost has his Blink Dagger. They're still stacking these Ancients. If Sven is able to move over here and steal those, all bets are kind of off. Vendetta goes through, doesn't hit the Impale though. Oh, I think that's a tough call. You kind of got to go for the Vendetta and then afterwards in for the Light Strike Array, but it hurts when you miss them. Am I still the guy who will allow the side of LGD to have some hope of going forward? And I'd like to see Newbee maybe even think about trying to block off those Ancients. But at least for now, they'll be comfortable just being ready to contest them if it comes to that. Still a very even game. 12 minutes into it. Newbee with the Aegis on definitely have the advantage, but it's by no means anywhere close to over. SC's building up into his ability to take the Ancients now, and with the Dragon Lance online, as well as those raindrops, it's going to be really hard to kill off this Medusa. Top lane, KP If they could kill him here, it would be really big. Vendetta is there. He's outside of range of the tower. That might have been the moment to go. Ame looking for the pick, is going to go for the jump away, and they don't find the impale. Oh, man, a little bit of extra. You wait around for a second more. You make sure you get that impale off. That should be a kill. And that would have been the blink dagger denied. But of course, it's tough in these moments. It's easy for me to talk about what they should be doing. I'll say it that way. LGD still playing this about as well as they could. Little slips up here and there. It might feel like they're a little bit kerfuffled after that last game. But nonetheless, Newbee have taken advantage, and now Medusa going to play the catch-up game, taking down all these Ancients. Movement up towards KP again. Nyx Assassin's just been waiting for his next Vendetta to come off cooldown. And now could go for this counterplay. Maybe is there. They have the Omni Slash available. KP so close to his Blink Dagger. Can almost taste it. They're bringing in the Ursa. Misses the Impale again. And now the counterplay. They bring in the IO. Nyx is just gone. Oh, I think LGD might be a little tilted.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
This is not the same LGD that we saw in the last set. They get down that ward, which spots out that SC has already finished his Ancients. And potentially ready to build into his next item. The wraparound is there. They have the Laguna Blade as well. They spot out that Kaka's on the back line, and they drop the Laguna onto the IO. This is just going to mean that Lena's going down, though. She ends up falling. Sven is still in the area. KP chasing down the bounty hunter. They find him. They kill him. Ame wants to turn, wants to fight. Is he going to be tanky enough, though? Bounty hunter buys back into the game. Faith controlled by Maybe. This is a good wraparound by LGD, by and large, but now Ursa's here. He's on top of him. A big, bad, angry bear. The Omni Slash comes on to SC, is going to be able to find that kill. KP still trying to run away. It looks like U9 might be controlled as well. The buyback from the bounty hunter is going to be well worth it. As Newbee lose 3 in the jungle, KP gets out, but that was a great play right there for LGD. And it is to the tune of 2,000 gold swing into their favor.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really well played.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nonetheless,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
the question is, how much can they get out of this strong timing? Sven is huge, and he's about to have his Blink Dagger as well. This is a few CS there, but no big deal. And we'll be able to finish off this next stack of Ancients for himself. Ame is carrying. This is his game. And while you do have a Medusa that gets very hard to deal with in the later stages of the game, Sven is a similar story. Not to mention the fact that maybe can build into the Manta Diffusal Blade. Oh, they spot out XC though. He's gone. A quick and easy kill for the Newbee as they look to wrap around mid and try and take this tower. Oh, Faith? What are you doing there? All right. That could have been bad. KP might realize that somebody's over here in this area. That was a ping out by him. Because the tower shouldn't have hit him if they didn't have vision on him. So he might have realized that that was going on. They back out from this area, realize that Nyx could be set up on them. We'll see if they drop a sentry. Roche respawning in 30 seconds. They actually don't have any more sentries right now. So they don't want to commit anything beyond just SC and then have the ability to save them. So yeah, I think that tower spotting KP right there made them realize that Nyx was in the area. Roche respawn. Do they get the time just right? No, not going to get it. Kaka still stacking Ancients for the Medusa. She is going to be going for a Lincoln Sphere. So, the big new swell of Medusa picks has largely been because of Drow Rangers. We don't have to hold that thought, though, because the wraparound's going to be here. And if they can find initiation, this would be rough. They jump forward, find the catch. There's the false promise. Counter initiation play only catches onto Ame. And still taking a good bit of damage. Kaka trying to regen her is going to be able to live through that just barely. And now, U9 trying to turn onto Ame as well. There's a lot of damage being thrown out. Stun onto 2. That Slaughter might have kept him alive. Man, Kaka's doing a great job keeping them alive, but isn't going to be enough. Maybe does end up falling. So they trade the Ursa and the Oracle for the Sven and the Juggernaut, and KP looking for more, might be able to bring him down, looking for the catch. Can they find a kill? Nice impale. Nyx making plays, but not enough of them. SC with the double, looking for XS. Can they find him? They need that amp damage just out of range, and they do find it now. XS should go down as well. The IO balls hitting him in the back, and he does go down. Kaka finds that kill. Newbee with the heals, with the saves. They make it work. What I was saying is that previously when we've been seeing Medusas get picked, it's often been with a Drow Ranger to give them that amp damage so that your Lincolns and your Dragonlance, you still do enough to be relevant in team fights. This is kind of a different look at that. It's the Slardar amp that allows Medusa to do more damage than she would otherwise, not to mention Ursa with the strong single target damage. So she can build more defensively. Not to mention just stacking the Ancients and such. So Newbee doing 2 things towards... Oh, they jump forward, found Kaka, counterplay from KP, doesn't matter. They still lose that IO. Now Ursa with Aegis in hand. KP is going to need to run. I think Newbee try to cut their losses here and don't go any further. SC. Stone Gaze wearing off. Ame's found him. Lincoln's breaks on it. And they can't find that kill. They're looking for SC, though. Diffusal Blade used, buyback from the Slardar. They get the false promise off. Faith keeping his carry alive. Kaka's there as well to do the same. They have a counterplay if they want to go for it. Crush is up. They have an Urn on KP, though, and they're not going to be able to go for the blink. Oh, a really good impale catches onto 4. They thought about going back in there. Ame wanted to. Didn't think that they were going to be able to get that much. KP going to be controlled. This is a dieback for him. Oh God, he was so close to getting out right there. Ame, in the meantime, getting chased down by the Medusa. She's just tickling him, though, at this point. Not really able to do much. Ursa's off on the other side, chasing the Lina. And they get the relocate. Nicely played there. I thought that Medusa was going to go back in. I didn't think that Unite could find that kill, but with Kaka relocated in as well, they do find it in the end. So nicely played there. And the final toll ends up being after the dieback. Still a little bit of a lead into the favor of Newbee, but I'm not sure if it's completely worth it. It's probably worth it. Slardar doesn't need a buyback timer right now, and he doesn't really need that many other items outside of Blink. Well, 21 minutes in, and this just feels to be the story. These teams are very evenly matched through the early game. And I think both just believe that late game they can win. So they're not trying to overreach or overextend. But it very much has just been the story of enabling SC to get huge, enabling U9 to do damage for Newbee, and then a similar story from LGD. God, Jug has already used 6 defusal charges? Wow. That is pretty crazy. And this gank squad is terrifying. If they spot their smoke breaking, they might realize where everybody is, but not going to do it. Ursa just obliterates the Lina. He didn't have time to catch that. So they do find that kill. Bottom lane, Kaka and SC. Ready to relocate in at a moment's notice. And this is what Kaka brings you. XS caught out. There's the jump. There's the kill. Easy peasy for Newbee. And I think this is why you need to ban out the IO from Kaka. I mean, but also you have to like ban out his Kunkka too. Like, there's just so many heroes that he's great on. And changes the way that you play the game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
SC, thinking about being ready to siege. You've still got Ursa with Aegis in hand. BKB now completed. We also have one on the Sven after the Blink Echo Saber. 14 to 18. And it's just been the story of these two core lineups. I really want to see how these two core lineups square up against a lot of the other Western teams. Because there we've occasionally seen more greed and really putting a lot on that third position, but it feels like this style of play is where they're comfortable with. All right, looking for the wraparound. KP is in the trees, though. They did find Kaka. That's a good initiation point to make, and now the BKB pop. Good reaction times as well by Ami. Now they jump forward, are going to be able to bring down the Lina. That is still going to be maybe in the midst of it. Takes down Faith. He's going to fall. Gets the ulti off on Faith himself, so he's going to live through that one, actually. And now the amp damage onto maybe. XC throws it out, and the track onto SC is going to force them back. But nonetheless, they lose the IO for the Lina. Sven popped BKB there. And also God Strength. So they can go for a second round. Did they really find him? How? What? How did they? Did he? What? Oh, they had it right here. He walked too close to the cliff and ended up walking into vision. Didn't think there was a way they were going to be able to get that at all. Nicely played. There's a good reaction timing there as well in the BKB from Sven. The problem is these heroes just die too quickly. There's the jump forward, trying to find maybe. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him though, as the Light Strike Array comes out onto KP. He's gone. Now maybe in some trouble. No, he's out of there. Light Strike Array and Omni Slash used. They're looking for more here. And with track, doesn't look like they're going to be able to find him. And that's always going to be the problem, as well as track to break the Lincolns of the Medusa. Maybe with a DD rune now. Oh, you don't want to be here. I'm surprised that SC is sticking around. That's a lot of damage potential to come out, and the Bounty Hunter still got eyes on her.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Though Medusa is large and in charge, Sven hits pretty hard. Well, 4 staff's going to be the next one for KP. It's just like, you look at these net worths right here. The 4 cores in this game are just so much more farmed than everybody on Newbee and LGD. Like, it's... the thing that I find so intriguing about these two teams is that they play Dota in exactly the same way. So it's just like, who's better on that given day? Who is executing more effectively?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which is pretty cool to watch. You like to see it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They lose their tower mid. No deny coming out. And Newbee just taking map control here. Medusa's gonna go now into an Eagle song? Oh god.
Radiant's top tower.
All of Newbee's damage is from right click.
Radiant's top tower.
If she finishes off that butterfly, things get really scary. All right, a big wraparound from LGD. They know exactly what's coming. They know where Newbee is going to be, and they're going to try and find a kill here. This is exactly what Newbee did to LGD last game, and it basically brought them back into it.
Tower is under attack.
They want to find Kaka, though, or Faith, either or. They jump forward, found Faith, he's down. Now as well, the turnaround from Kaka. KP is not going to be there in time. They are going to be able to bring him down. This team fight could go disastrously. They do get a kill onto U9. And now, actually, SC in the area. They're starting to bring these heroes down. If they jump forward, though, Ame, there's a lot of blood in the trees. U9 dropping low. Sven, you're stuck in the trees with them. BKB pop. U9's going to drop. SC is still in there, and it's just like a mugging. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Ame with the kills. You can't kite me if you're stuck in an alley with me. Just beats them down. Oh, that was a lot of damage dealt. Oh.
Bountiful.
Oh. Well, Newbee get taken advantage of. And that hurt. That is a rough one. Ame's going to be able to pick up a crit now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What was a very kind of back and forth game. We had this exact score before. Like, how is it that these teams are like replicating the game with entirely new heroes? It's a very even game, back and forth, team fights switch one way or the other, and it's 21-22 again.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Like, are LGD just gonna come back and win after Newbee take one lane of barracks? Like, is it just gonna happen again? That's the thing that's so intriguing to me about these two teams, is that they just feel so similar.
Illusion.
Well, nonetheless. It looks like Newbee are going to go back, lick their wounds, and try and make a second attempt at it. The big thing there was that they were able to find Faith right at the start. They went into Kaka afterwards, and then once they were stuck in those trees with Ame, like, that's just what Sven does. And it doesn't matter if eventually the Medusa gets her evasion up and online, because if Sven is hitting anybody in the area, the cleave doesn't care. Well, SC, XZ in the area. Diffusal blade, bounty's gone. No tracks for you. They take down some wards. Maybe upgraded the diffusal blade to level 2 now on top of the Manta style. And it looks like it's time to move in towards Roshan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, again, LGD, their team is very strong, and all their heroes hit hard right now. They're farming very well. But they're not really, like, getting... Oh my god, did he really go for that? Alright, we got a Bloodthorn Sven. Let's do it. Let's go. Manta style picked up now for the Medusa as well. So she'll be able to Manta off the Bloodthorn. Needs to wait until, like... This is something that you want to reveal with a big team fight, and I think that LGD need to be the ones that initiate. They need to not show Ame, or just show him and then team fight around it. We'll see if Newbee scattered out. I'm sure they do. They'll keep their eyes on these items. It's going to do a lot with maybe. Already having Omni Slash there. Medusa is scary, but once you get the Diffusal Blades and a little bit of time to just keep knocking on them, it's going to be rough. Tier 2 towers starting to fall. Meanwhile, Newbee will make that trade. They're ready to go for a counter initiation play, though. And with the IO relocate, if they find a good initiation angle, if they can take out that Lina at the start, thinking about going for the Bounty Hunter as well, this ends up looking like a very different set of things. They jump forward. Ame gonna be controlled. Ursa on top of him doing a good bit of damage. Can they find a kill? BKB pop, but he's going down. Sven is dead. Faith gonna be able to keep himself alive for the moment at the very least. And it looks like LGD just running away to the best of their abilities. Impale connects. Can he get out? It looks like it's not gonna happen as KP found the kill. Nicely played. IO is gonna be left to his lone as maybe he's trying to find the chase. And is going to go for the tether TP away. Good reaction. And they're out of there. So 3 go down as Ame blinked aggressively into the jungle. And those little plays right there, just, I mean, those are like milliseconds where they find an initiation angle because of just one random thing almost. I mean, they put themselves in that position because of the smoke. So you can't say it's completely random. But now LGD staring down the barrel of having no buyback on Sven. Nyx Assassin doesn't have buyback either. They can't stop this push. They pop the Mantis style. They're going to be able to take down this tier 3 tower. This is potentially a lane of barracks. And even when Nyx and Sven are set back up, I think that Newbee feel comfortable taking this fight. It's a huge win for Newbee. Those pickoffs right there just completely turn this game around. Hurricane Pike completed now for the Medusa. She's got that maneuverability to stay alive against the Sven. And on the one hand, Sven hits hard and is going to be able to do a lot of damage. But when you're 4,000 net worth up on the Medusa, is it really going to make the biggest difference in the world? I'm not so sure. Well, Newbee gonna play things a little bit more close to the best as they're still waiting for a counterplay. This is another one of those plays that, like, if they, it's just, this is how Newbee play. They play very patiently. They hang out up on these high grounds, or what we've seen time and again is KP like in these trees waiting for somebody to come and farm this wave, and then they'll jump out and find a kill, just not showing on the map and being ready to go for a counter initiation. We'll see if LGD are able to bring this one back now. Down Arax, a decent chunk of gold.
New treasures.
With Medusa large and in charge, Newbee have taken over complete map control. You take a look right now at the vision of LGD, that's it. Like, they got this word up here, but what's that going to do for you? It's expiring right now, too. And in the meantime, Newbee farming with impunity. And they've also got this ward up on the high ground. Like, when they do want to eventually siege, they'll be able to spot out any smoke ganks that come. I think that's what they're waiting for right now, almost. They're looking for that play. Medusa is up front and center, and KP could be looking for his moment. Their vision spots out all of these heroes. LGD, you gotta be careful. Do they find him? Blade Fury away. Newbee don't want to test it. They don't want to risk it. They're sitting on their biscuit. SC has an MKB if he wants to go back for it now. I think that might just be what they're waiting for. This play again, it moves out, it's fine. Jug, they obviously can't get out there to the secret shop either to try and pick up the butterfly for maybe. He does have enough for it almost with buyback. But now Newbee, they realize that LGD is pushing out along this top lane. Jug picks up his butterfly, and everybody backs off. No overextensions, no fuss, no muss. They are about 1,000 gold away from being comfortable taking the SC MKB. This is about as good of a timing as LGD can get as far as fighting, but they need to do it with some semblance of vision.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The relocate can come in at any point. SC is going to clear out this creep wave, has the MKB on his way. If LGD can fight before that gets to him, it might be a little bit of an angle for them to take it. Newbee's still stalking. They realize where they are. MKB is on the Medusa now. What's this on the courier for the bounty? Has his Vlad's done?
There is no dishonor in regeneration.
Still LGD just not feeling super comfortable on the map right now. They don't have, like, they still don't have vision out, and it's hard to play against this because you don't have the gem, obviously. Did they pick one up themselves? No, they don't. But this is what the IO draft will give you. You can show the Medusa here constantly in each of the lanes because at any given point in time, she is going to be able to get relocated in. This has bought enough time for the Nyx to get his actually ended up selling his Midas for this. This is the second time I've seen this in Pro Dota. Is Nyx selling the Midas to finish off the Ags. And the smoke gank right underneath the ward. Oh god, I don't know if this is the play. Newbee are up on top of the areas. They're gonna back out. All right, come on now. You gotta make a move, LGD. You gotta start doing things. Maybe that's an opening here. They have the butterfly available. All is quiet. The Nyx is there as well. KP dodges away. Is still going to be able to go onto Faith. They take the Diffusal Blade off the Ghost Scepter, and now Newbee going to have to turn this back around onto the Nyx. They turn onto him, bring him down. Aghanim Scepter no longer going to be that helpful. They throw it out. KP eats the cheese, looking for another initiation onto Lina. The backline is being assaulted by Ame, trying to bring them down, but the Force Staff away from SC. Now the MKB is going to be able to start doing some work. Maybe amped damage. And they get the Diffusal Blade onto Ame. They turn onto U9, though. They kill him off. That's 3 gone. Only 2 left alive. KP and SC. Can they do enough to bring them down together? Maybe is still looking. He's hungry. He wants to go for this. Jumps forward. Is going to be able to bring down KP. Now turns on to SC. Oh, maybe. Is he going to be able to do it? He's very low. He overextended. SC finds the kill. Killing spree for him, and now is this Medusa really just gonna kill everybody? All right, now Ame is there as well. Well, this is a scary moment. Newbee starting to lose their Medusa. She is going to drop. Well, Force Staff, they've got Oracle that is gonna try and get in there. They break the Lincolns on her, but she does finally fall. They get that kill. Nicely played, and LGD bring it back. This is exactly what we saw last game. The only difference being that in the last game, it was this barracks that got taken out instead of mid. And then when the push came around and they did like the exact like it was even the exact chase route. They wrapped around and were able to find the initiation right here, Newbee were, and then they chased all the way into like the tier 2 tower top. Well, state of the game, it feels like either team could take it. Medusa IO is still very strong, but they lost the gem with that, and I believe LGD have it on the bounty now. So an IO draft without a gem and bounty hunter on the enemy team is very scary, and looks like LGD are thinking about trying to take Roshan down as well. Abyssal Blade completed for the Ursa. We've got Bloodthorn AC on the spend. Man, they take Rosh so quickly. They need to move in right now from Newbee if they want to take this, and it doesn't look like they're going to make that play. They're passive. They don't want to fight without their Medusa. They go for the smoke play. As that happens, are they still going to go for this fight? They're going for the long wraparound. This is really bold. I don't know if this is the play right now. They drop down one of these wards. Maybe it's still there. They're thinking about jumping on these guys. And KP could go for the initiation. They spot him out. Nice blink away, though. Good reaction time. And now maybe going to get ran down slightly by this Medusa. Man, able to dodge away from the stun as well as from the Juggernaut. Eul Scepter lift up onto Lina. And the Medusa illusions are going to dissuade LGD from chasing too much further. Never mind, Kaka already brought down. They're bringing the Jug into this one. SC, half his mana pool is gone. So they lost their IO. Now LGD ready to fight. Okay. It's starting to feel like the last game again. LGD ready to push high ground. Got 4 staffs on bounty to help them stay on top of their targets. These melee cores just causing a lot of issues. You know, we got Boots of Travel in this game as well as an IO relocate. There might be some base race shenanigans going on. And this is what happens in games where everybody starts to get their farm. We saw it last game. Lotus Orbs to keep the hexes off. We're seeing it this game. 4 staffs to keep the Svens off. As well as the Yule Scepters. The big difference here, though, is this Ursa is not found as much farm as you would want, despite being 14, 4, and 7.
His ability.
He's got half of his team's kills. And yet still is the least farmed core in the game. Nyx Assassin spotting out these heroes. Do they have another gem? Look like it. Oh man, the smoke plays, the jump forward, maybe found Faith. Diffusal blade to take it off, counter initiation player. U9 is there, he brings down maybe. Nicely done, now turning onto the side of the rest of LGD. Ame, BKB has already been popped. Now the God Strength turning it around, trying to bring down U9. Can they find the kill? He gets that damage reduction from his ulti. The other side of it, they've already been able to take down, oh my god, Faith just eviscerated. All right, they've been able to kite out the BKBs now. The turnaround is there. KP gets a really nice crush onto several. Ame trying to bring down SC. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough damage. They want to be able to turn this back around. Abyssal onto Lina. Then meanwhile, the jump back in. Maybe is there. He's doing a good bit of damage, trying to bring down U9. That is going to be a kill with the Bloodthorn doing a good bit, and that is going to be able to kill off Maybe now. So LGD take down 4. The Bounty Hunter is still alive, as is the Sven. Even Steven with the trades. 31 is the kill. And this game, this series, these teams are neck and neck, right down to the wire.
Thanks be with you.
SC is going to try and keep them at bay, but I don't know if they can do it. All right, Hurricane Pike putting in a little bit of work. Nifty. Oh, and still they hold high ground. They spot out that the ward is there. 6,000 gold on the Medusa. She is hitting fairly hard. This might be time to start thinking about rapier territory. And I have a feeling that SC is not one to shy away from the spotlight of having a rapier on him. DD Rune also can play a big role in these later stages. Ame might think about going back and checking it. If they could get a DD Rune, any little bit of additional help just to create that separation. There it is. Medusa picks up the rapier. Oh, it's time to party. Let's do it. What's she gonna drop? Not sure what that was. Manta Style is still there. She has her Lincolns. I don't know what it was. Well, nonetheless, with dealing 603 damage a hit, she's finally gonna start to become an issue. And man, oh man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good down the stretch. The other thing we haven't talked about a ton, you got this Oracle here with Fate's Edict available and Sven's BKB charges now down to 5 seconds. Once his BKB has been taken off, every 7 seconds he can only attack for 2.5 seconds. You've got Fate's Edict, a 7-second cooldown, 4.5 seconds of duration. So every 7 seconds he can only attack for 2.5 seconds. good thing about Sven is you only need to attack a few times for it to really matter. But nonetheless, it's something to keep our eyes on. LGD should realize that Rapier is on deck. Kaka hiding in the trees. Faith is here as well. He cannot be the one to get initiated on again. And they do spot him out. In some trouble, jumped upon and brought down. SC also down. This is the Rapier. If they lose SC here, this could be a disaster. They also end up losing the IO, the cleave damage from the low ground. Divine Rapier on the ground, and U9 needs to carry this one in a bad way. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, though. LGD might have just done it. A double kill for Ame. Rapier in hand for maybe. Oh man, this is a problem. A huge gold swing. 10,000 almost gold swing in the course of that team fight. Only a couple hundred gold away. And not a single damn hit from the Rapier. All right, Medusa's back up, but her net worth has been cut in. I mean, it is a problem. They've got buyback status right now on a couple of these heroes. They take down the chicken. Oh, man. I think that's it. I think that with the tier 3s going down now, how do you stop this push? Io's going to be back up shortly. They've got the Slardar as well, but
Dire's middle barracks.
Juggernaut just hits like a truck. They jump forward. They catch the stun onto SC, breaking the Lincolns as well. And she has to go back for the crit. That's not a Rapier. Don't try and fool us. Oh, man. Whatever damage she could have possibly gotten, but it is feeling like it's all for naught at this stage. And look at the swing. Sometimes you lose your Oracle and your IO gets cleaved to death from the low ground. And in an instant, LGD have taken firm control over this game. They still do need to be careful. That's just the inherent problem with the Rapier, is that if maybe dies now, they can bring it back again. But the question is he going to die again? And I don't think he's going to. Roshan respawning in 5 seconds. Oh, that would have secured them the game. DD Rune is also down there. Oh my god, what a, oh lord. Maybe is hungry for a rampage. He wants it in a bad way. You've got so much damage on this Juggernaut. Oh god. Yeah, he is ready to go. Moonshard also. I don't know if any Juggernaut has ever hit this hard before. I'm sure they have. Nonetheless, ready to go. Maybe looking for the jump. They've got vision. They've got Omni. Oh, they're not going for it. They're instead going to go up for the tier 3 tower in the top lane. Meanwhile, maybe good reaction time right there as well with the spin. Hits the tower once and backs. You can see LGD are giving a lot of respect to Newbee right here. They do not want to let anything go from this. SC trying to farm up whatever he can for his next item. He just tickles Ame at this point. And it looks like with that, LGD are going to feel comfortable going back for Roche. No great surprise there.
I'll take that as tribute.
It's a little sad he had to waste the DD rune, but I mean, Roche might as well just be a creep at this point. How quickly it's gone. They don't have any way to stop it. Nyx picks up the Aegis. Okay. They can feed the cheese still to the jug, but if he dies at this point, the game is still potentially on the line. All they need is one more team fight to settle in and finish them off. And Faith, I just think his positioning on this Oracle, he's been caught out a couple of times, and you can't hate the guy too much for it, but Okay, Crush now, turn back around as U9 is on top of the Nyx Assassin. They pop the Stone Gaze as well. Maybe is off to the side, left alone, away from the rest of his team. They burn through that Aegis at least. But Stone Gaze is on cooldown now. Send out the Met-style illusions to kill off the creep waves. Don't want to commit anything if they don't have to. Meanwhile, Ame might think about going back in. They crush onto the Sven again. Maybe not wanting to jump in. He's a little bit afraid about this. Scared of what could happen. It almost feels like if maybe it just left the rapier on the ground and gotten the chicken to pick it up, or just like had anybody else do it. Because now he's not wanting to go in, but they have been able to get the silence onto SC. Counter initiation play from KP is there as well. They hold on for the moment. Still a lot of damage being done. They jump forward now onto SC. Rapier's there. Omni Slash. He's gone. Faith is gone. Kaka's gone. Triple kill. GG. Yeah, there was no way. They're going to try and do something, but they do far too much damage. SC realizes it. They take him down. Rampage. Maybe spin it in the base. After last game on his Tinker, there was no way. He is just too damn big. LGD take game number 2 in the only series for tonight to go to a game 3. At the end of the day, they are looking good. We'll be back in just a little bit with game number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Be sure to continue following the Summit 6 qualifiers. This is only the beginning. This is still like the first round. We're not even out of like into the upper bracket, lower bracket separation. We've already got games like this. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back in just a little bit with LGD versus Newbee, Game 3. See you guys then.